Hello, how are you? Thank you so much, by the way, for joining us today on another beautiful episode of the update. I'm super excited today. Of course, we're here just to update you on what has been trending at the course of the week. And I'm here, of course, with the Kawera Rose that I introduced, but me, you can get me on social media at Alice Wanje. Kawera, how are you?
I am fine, thank you. Baridi and Nairobi, I'm telling you, Alice.
Yes.
Well, me, I think nitaanza kukuja hapa studio na jiko because I just can't take it. I mean, since yesterday, it is crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. You are literally free. Hey, wait, watch out.
No, it's okay. It's okay. All right.
Anyway, you guys, I hope that you're okay. I am also okay. Isipokuwa baridi, otherwise I'm really doing okay. So yeah, the week has been really good. Here, apart from baridi, but pia tunachapa kazi. We are here, of course, to give you the trending news and what has been happening in the course of the week to make sure that you are on the update. My name is Kawera Rose. Remember to, comment on all our social media platforms at Dgtv Kenya. Also on my personal wall at Kawera Rose. Rush there. Tuambie unaendeleaje. How are you coping with the cold weather? Umepata mtu ama bado you're single?
Hey, okay. Sisemi kitu, but anyway, you have said enough. By the way, this is July and we should be ready. Ila baridi koku nje. But thank God, that's why today niko na hood, and I hope ya nyinyi mko home cozy, just waiting to hear about the stories that have been trending at the course of the week. And Kawera, starting off with our first story, it is quite sad. Yeah, I have a sad story, but of course we have to. So the first one is a road traffic accident occurred at Mlolongo exit along Nairobi Expressway involving matatu minibus and a private motor vehicle. So the matatu rumored as stationary Prado from the rear of the rolled severally. So as a result of this accident, about 20 people were injured, while the extensive damage led to blockage of expressway last week. And remember, this is 2 weeks after we also had another crash at the same spot. So sijui kama hii tunafaa kuita the black spot or what, because another horror crash happened there 2 weeks before the current accident. So there were people who were rushed to the hospital, others were injured, but we thank God nobody died during that accident. So Kawera, what do you think about this story?
Yeah, it's really sad. It's very sad. And, I was just, in the course of the week, I saw people really posting. And, I watched the news. There was a CCTV. Hapo kwa hiyo area, there was a CCTV. And, it captured how kind of the accident happened. But it didn't capture the whole accident, part of it, And it's very sad that the expressway is still very new. It's very fresh. And after today, tumia for like 3 months or even a month. And already we are, experiencing accidents. So, we can just say that people should be really careful, while driving over there, ensure that, you don't overspeed, because according to the news I watched, is the cause of the accident is, allegedly, say that it was actually because of overspeeding. So, najua tuko na haraka, maisha tuko na haraka. Actually, there is this meme that has also been trending about mambo ni mengi, masando machache.
Masani machache.
So masani machache, but you should not really overspeed because you're putting other people's lives at risk. So ensure that even when you're driving, hata kama uko na mambo mingi na masani machache, know that life is very important, because the people involved in the accident were really around, you said around more than 20? Yeah, so you can imagine if those people lost their lives, tungekuwa tunaongelea story nyingine. So people, please look out.
Look out. And on the same story, there's this mama, we call her Caroline Mutuku, and of course we know her being, that, she speaks what she thinks is right? And you can never change her mind. So she went on, Citizen TV page where they had, talked about that accident, and she was like, what? So you mean even matatus are now in the expressway? So people were really hurt by those words. They were like, okay, so you think like that matatus are not supposed to be, driving through the expressway? So a lot of people bashed her on socials, especially on Twitter, and she never backed off. She went ahead and took another video, and she said, what, that is my... I'm not talking about, matatu being on, expressway, but she said that these public vehicles, we all know them as being terrible on the roads. They are very terrible, and she is standing with her, thoughts. So people really got mad at her. Even now, her story is just trending, and people are now digging about her past life and talking about how, okay, I don't want to talk too much about that, but you know, they digged her past, and that story pin is standardized.
So she was saying that matatu should not be on the expressway, or what was she saying exactly?
She said, now she clarified now when she took a video, and she said, my point is, matatus, we know matatu drivers as being very terrible on roads. They don't even take care. So she was saying, if they're going to be allowed to drive through the expressway, then they should have, what do we call it, a speed governor or something? Yes. Now she was saying that there must be conditions for them to
So people got angry because, because of which reason?
Because they thought now she didn't want public vehicles on the expressway.
Wow.
Yeah, but now she clarified and said what she really don't want is these matatu drivers who we know as being reckless, being on, you know, on the expressway without some conditions.
Let me ask, what is
because of, you know, speed?
What's the difference between the expressway and these other roads? Because why are we having so much caution with the expressway? I mean, I feel like we should have caution throughout our roads. I mean,
expressway, it is very smooth, very smooth. You know, hakuna bumps, hakuna a lot of things. So if you're driving through that route, then you have to be extra careful. And of course, the infrastructures zimeputiwa hapo, they're very expensive according to what we had. You know, from the government.
Actually, we talked about that here on the update. You know, the government saying that if you're to cause an accident on the expressway, then you know there are these really very expensive, you know, things that you will have to buy if you damage the things that have been used to construct the expressway. So this expressway thing has been really trending, and I'm like, why is it really a buzz? Anyway, you've put it, you know, expensive things have been used to construct the road. There are no bumps and all that.
Yes, but, and by the way, Kawera, after Caroline Mutuku talked about that, the government went ahead and banned matatu from expressway.
What?
Yes.
So is that serious?
It is that serious. The government has banned that and kept, you know, the speed limit at 110. I don't know what they call it, kph. What is that, by the way?
Kilometer per hour.
I need a car. Yeah. So the government banned matatu from, you know, driving from expressway. They want to put some limits in, you know, speeding.
Okay, you know, this expressway problem, I mean, this expressway issue has been really been talked about over and over. And also I had people saying that, you know, the expressway was built for, to like reduce traffic. And I'm like, if matatus now are banned from using it.
Okay, so that is temporary, by the way, as they come up now with, you know, conditions on how they are going to, because they also said that they are going to install some speed cameras that will be installed on the new road with, you know, speed limit of 110 kilometers per hour. So that is just temporary as they look on how they can build a system now to curb these accidents that keep on occurring on the same place. And
I think just the bottom line is that, you know, people should be really careful. It doesn't matter whether you're on the expressway or any other road. People should be extra careful because, you know, people say we got one life to live.
Yes, and don't let your one ride be your last ride.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, you know, little happy when he poet.
Yes, I'm a okay. But yeah,
spoken word artist.
Okay, I didn't say anything, but that is what I'm saying. Yes, don't let your ride be your last Right.
Wow, what a beautiful way to end that story.
Yes.
So I think moving on swiftly to the next story. Today we are just talking about the sad stories, but lazima tuziongelele, you know. And today at least we are moving away from politics a little bit and talk about other really important issues. So the next story is about it's a very frustrating story. It's about you know, there's this alarm that Kenya has been ranked number 3 highest globally in teen pregnancies. 98 adolescents are infected with HIV every week. I don't know whether you got my point.
Okay.
We have been ranked number 3 in the world. It's not in Africa, you guys. It's in the world in terms of teenage pregnancies. And as you know, the Ministry of Health did a research, and they found out that every week 98 adolescents are affected with HIV and AIDS.
Every week.
Every week. So this is really, it has steered, it has brought about conversation on social media. And you know, there are these counties that have been highlighted as the main counties in Kenya. We have Nairobi, Number one, we have Kajiado, we have Homa Bay, Meru, Kericho, Narok, and Kisii, and Mandera, and Bomet. Let me repeat that again. We have Nairobi, Kajiado, Homa Bay, Meru, Kericho, Narok, Kisii, and Mandera, and also Bomet contributed to 56% of the teenage pregnancies. So these are kind of the leading counties in terms of, producing or, contributing to teenage pregnancies. And, and people are really talking about even the HIV infection and saying that, it is really on the rise. You can imagine 98 adolescents being affected every week. Now you can do your mathematics and find out how many are affected per month. 98 times 30.
And per year.
And per year. So, even the biggest issue is the adolescents. And to be specific, we are talking about 15 to 19 years. These are people at hawajafika 20 years. I think we are in a big crisis.
Yeah, we are.
And when I was reading through this story, I was like, why is it that we are not moving past this problem? At least for the longest times, NGOs and the government have put enough policies and measures to curb, this kind of a menace or something. Yeah. But it's not working. Why is it that our girls are getting pregnant every day? What is really the problem? Because when it comes to sex education, it has been done. But still in Kenya, sex, to talk about sex is still something that watu wanataka kuficha. People don't want to be open about sex. Another issue that has been talked about is the contraceptives, and probably that's a story for another day. Yeah. But we are in a big crisis as a country, and even talking from a Christian point of view, because our station is also Christian based. What are we not doing right? Kwa sababu this is a big crisis.
Yeah. Kawera, just as you have said, we have, talked about sex education. Tunaonanga mentors going to different schools talking about this. So I don't know who are these people now. Kama ni kudanganyiliwa, they're being danganyiliwa with things like sweets or what? Because we're talking about teenagers, yeah?
Yeah.
And what really shocked me is about the rate of HIV infections.
Yeah.
98.
Exactly.
Per week. Per week. Oh my goodness. What is not happening? I don't know what is not happening. Now, the question is, people are discussing and they were saying that the perpetrators or the culprits are actually the age mates. People assume that when these girls get pregnant, they have been impregnated by older men. Yeah. But also research has showed that when you are nawapatia mimba, ni actually their age mates. People trying to experiment in quotes and trying to figure out how this thing is done. And someone actually say that it is high time that Kenya starts accepting contraceptives. And I know this is a topic that you guys are not ready for. I'm not. But oh my God.
Yes, I know people are not ready for this conversation. And I know also as Christians, the Bible has told us to flee away. And actually we talked about that the other day. Yeah. That we should flee away from sexual intercourse until marriage. And it's very, very important to do that. But it's not working. It's not working. People don't want to abstain. Our girls are getting pregnant. And let me tell you about the ripple effect here. When you get pregnant at the age of 10 and 14, remember that your education has been jeopardized. Yeah. First of all, education yako itaishia hapo. All the goals that you had in life are, messed up with. So when you look at the pregnancy issue, it's not just about the pregnancy issue. Yeah. When you look at the ripple effect, it goes to education, it goes to your goals, even the economy of the country, even the poverty cycle. Because the moment you get pregnant, and you are coming from a very poor or probably a low background family. So you can imagine that cycle will repeat itself because you'll have to look for a low end job and take care of your kid. Yeah. So mambo hata ya umaskini bado inaingilia hapo kwa sababu when you get pregnant at a very young age, your goals will not be achieved, your education will be jeopardized. So I think this is a big crisis, and the government and the NGOs and all the partners and stakeholders need to come together and sort this because it's really a big crisis. And I also feel like sometimes, we have looked at, the common reason that we could think of for these kind of, problems, especially, the teenage pregnancy and the HIV infections. And hatuoni any because we have done sex education, just as we have said earlier. But I feel like also technology has really evolved so much. You'll find out that young girls out there, for example, mtu wako class 8, they have a phone. Me, I had a phone when I was, I cleared Form 4. So when they maybe class 8, they don't know, they don't know what to look for, and then they go and
find these naked nudes, you know, and you know, pornography. They start watching. Maybe that, you know, makes them feel like, okay, we need to try this or something. So I feel like technology, had the parents at home, first of all, they should know, what are my kids doing with the gadget we've bought them for, you know? So something needs to be done about technology. I know everybody needs a phone. Afadhali wabaiwe kabambe, you know. But this one, you know, the smartphones, they have a lot of things. And let me tell you one thing. Once you see a picture, you know, of, you know, they have hormones, and now once they see, you know, men and women doing whatever they are doing, of course their hormones are going to...
And you know, it is the adolescent stage where the blood is actually, you know, not boiling, for lack of a better word. You know, at that stage, when how we were taught in biology in campus, I mean in high school, is that at that point ndo moto yako inakuanga mingi sana. So I think we really need to do something. Probably even the religious leaders even have to come in play and kind of do something. Because number 3, dunia mzima, you guys, hey, so you can see the magnitude of what we are talking about. And that is why probably even the economy is becoming difficult because of the, you know, the small issues that we are facing. And also the HIV infections, we really need to be careful about that as well. And I don't want to say that, but I'm compelled to say that, please, I don't want to say to use protection, but oh my God, the HIV infection is really terrifying. I mean, you guys, if you're actually watu wamefunga shule, people are on holiday, and if you're in high school and you're watching us, please really take care of yourself. If you must, and you know, it is not recommended, you should abstain until you're married, you guys. But if you must, please, can we just use protection, Bana? 98 people per week is not a joke.
Yes. Do you think that parents are also to blame?
Kind of, because you've talked about technology and, you know, kids owning phones. And I also remember when I got a smartphone, I was probably also when I was done with high school. But, you know, it's a controversial issue because people learn online. Music classes go online, you know, so to make sure that kids do not have access to laptops and phones is also another whole problem altogether, because we need to understand that we are evolving and we are in another era.
But we need to know what are they
Exactly. The parents, they can put mechanisms to ensure that they know the search engines. They have restricted the search engines to ensure that there are you know, search sites that the kids cannot get access to.
Yes, and kuna watu by the way huko nje, they keep on advising, you know, young girls, Mungu akileta mtoto
analeta sani. And that's
you know,
that's okay, let me say.
Acha kunanga mistake. Yes, I believe hakuna mistake, but
let me tell, and that I don't want to use very
Dgtv, inspiring dominion.
All right. So Kawira, I think you're going to take a very, very short commercial break because we have amazing, amazing stories. Na hiyo story ya teenage pregnancy, like we have talked a lot about it. And I know to exhaust, kuna a lot of points by the way. This is a crisis and something need to be done to cap this. Amaji Kawira?
Yeah, you're very much correct that something needs to be done. And you know, if you notice any hitch, we just want to apologize for that. You know, technology, as we were talking about it, is contributing to many aspects of the living conditions. So we want to apologize in case that you notice any hitch during the program. We want to take a very short commercial break. Remember, we are live on Facebook at Dgtv Kenya. My personal blog or my personal account is Kawira Rose. Reach there, comment, talk to us about the issues that we've talked about, particularly this issue of teenage pregnancy. What do you really think about it? What do you think we've not been doing right, and what can we do to ensure that at least the number 3 dunia mzima, it's not a joke. So let's take a very short commercial break. Please don't go any further.
Dgtv, inspiring dominion.
Loved us. He loved this world that he gave his only son.
Celebrate the Lord with a hand clap.
We must be able to live every single day Christ to be our Lord and Savior. I seek to find refuge and purpose again in you.
We know, oh Lord, because it is your word and you have spoken, that restoration has come to us in Jesus' name.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us right here on The Update. My name is Alice Wanjera Mwangi. You can check me out on my socials at Alice Wanje. And of course, we are here just to update you on what has been happening at the course of the week. Najua also you guys have stories. Uko kijijini, some things have been happening and we don't know. We want to be, you know, on the know. So make sure you talk to us on our socials at Dgtv Kenya. We're live right now. Ukiona stories zetu, tuambie, what do you think about that? All the stories I've talked about, expressway, teenage pregnancies, and now we are moving on to another. I don't know, this one, it's a bit controversial, if I may say so. Moving on, the next story we have, you know, the self-proclaimed chairman, tunamtanga chairman of the gospel industry, has hanged his boots when it comes to gospel music. So amechange msimamo wake. So in the recent Instagram post, the Pamela Crooner revealed that he will no longer be doing gospel music, but instead fans should gear up for his secular jams. Okay, so he was a gospel artist, but now he's doing, you know, secular music. So the singer made the announcement through a short video where he took a moment to appreciate his fans for the immense support during, you know, his gospel era. They have shown him so far as a gospel artist. So his father pleaded with them to support his new venture in citing that it is all in the effort of promoting good music. So he believes that secular music, Pia, it is good music, and that's why he hanged his boot and joined the secular, you know, troupe. So Ringtone revealed, whose real name is actually Alex Apoko, father sent his message to secular artists advising them not to feel threatened by him kwa sababu anakuja na ubaya. So alisema msiogope. Unajua kuna watu wanamuogopa pale kwa gospel. Sijui kama but that is what he believes. So he advised the secular guys, be ready for me. Msiogope hata kidogo, stand still. Everything is going to be okay. Kawera, unasikiaje about this story?
I don't know. It probably is just, you know, something to make me laugh despite the weather.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to call this guy a joker. I don't want to say anything, but it doesn't even come as a surprise here in Kenya.
Yeah.
You are in the gospel industry, for some time, and then for some reason, you decide to shift to the other side. And, you know, people say that, you know, the industry is not paying enough. But, you know, when you look at our music, especially here in Kenya, in terms of you know, even how they do their music, especially the Christian music, inakuanga na controversy. Okay, it's not even controversy. There's a confusion, especially for the young people. They usually do their videos in such a way that unachokijiuliza in secular ama in gospel, you know, especially the young people. I'm talking about the young people. I'm not talking about kina Masimasika, you know, Eunice Njeri. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about these upcoming young artists. They want to do Christian music, but they still want a taste of the secular in terms of how they do their thing, in terms of how they do their videos, even the language that they use. So at some point, unapata wako hapo katikati. There's a thin line, as you know, the Englishman says, a thin line, unajua. So at some point, unajua uko kwa pivot, huko kukikulemea unaenda kufollow huko kwingine, you know. So I don't want to call it a bad thing that Ringtone has decided to shift to the other side. And I can just say, good luck. Good luck. Kina nani? Good luck to the other side. Wacha tuone ngoma ya kwanza itakuwa gani. Tuone kama utawezana na kina Diana B on this.
Diana B and akina Bahati.
Bahati pia were there.
Yeah. A lot of gospel artists really shifted. Tumeona mpaka mtu kama Willy Paul. Mr. Sid pia have started to do some, you know, some love songs. So I don't know if these people were actually called for the ministry. Ama walijiita wenyewe. Because these were not called by the way. According to me, these are not called. Because you cannot be called and then the next minute you are here, we don't know even where you are. And these are just few people who we know. Meaning kuna wengine tu wamejificha wako tu upcoming, so hao tunasema acha time yangu ifike. Nikihit pale juu na shift gears. I think so it's all about money
and also clout chasing kwa sababu sasa now that Ringtone has told us that he will move to secular. Now do you know what will happen? Everyone will be like wacha tuone song yake itakuwa gani ya kwanza. So it's kind of also clout chasing. People will be on the lookout to see his new songs and to see how he does things differently. But anyway, when it comes to the ministry, and you know, I just feel like people should be serious. And just as you put it, many get into that field for other reasons, because if you're there for the ministry, then kukwe kunyeshe kuwake jua utavumilia, you know.
Yes.
And also I think also as far as Christian music is concerned, we still have a long way to go. If you compare us with Nigeria, for example, the Western Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, the other day in the show we played a very nice song of a lady from Ghana. So I think Kenya, we really need to be serious in terms of how we do our music. Hiyo mambo ya shift.
Kwanza sasa hizi ngoma za these youth who keep on singing songs wanasema sijui Jesus sijui nini, yani kuko na some words hata unashindwa as a person. Can I sit down and listen to them and get into that spirit realm and start worshiping God through their music? You know, you should look, kwa sababu kuna kama, for example, I can take someone like, you know, Masika, ile wimbo yake alimba ya Wema. Hiyo kitu inakutacha hadi kwa heart. Hadi ukisikiza una feel like enyewe God amekuwa faithful to me. But ukisikiza some of these others, you know, this vijana sijui ngoma za, okay, I don't want to judge, by the way, I'm not judging, but I'm just stating the facts.
You know, you know what they want to do, Alice? They want to associate, I don't know how to put this, they want to still associate themselves with the other, hata kama si directly. You know, they'll say God manze, God wamenifikisha hapa manze, whatever.
As long as they have a God in their
as long as they,
and Jesus.
But when you look, if you scrutinize their songs, they really don't have the you know, the touch and the emotions as you put it. It's just mentioning God here and there and mentioning Jesus here and there, and that's it.
And then they're good to go.
They are good
but that is not good actually. You cannot mock God, because I feel like this is mocking God. Yeah, you're 1 minute you're here promising God ukishaninua in this industry nitaishi for you milele and I will win soul for your kingdom. But once you're there, now wewe unakuwa two-sided person. We don't even know where you are. And these are just a few that we have noticed when you're umekuja kwa limelight. So I don't know, in 1 year's time who else is going to shift in.
But anyway, one thing that I want to make clear is that hakuna shida. I don't want nipigwe mawe pale social media and people start saying Rose. It's okay to shift, and I want to wish Ringtone, if you're watching us today, we wish you all the best in your new endeavors. Kudos.
Yes, we can't wait to see your jam.
Yeah, we can't wait to see your jam.
Anyway, think about this story, by the way. If you have any comment regarding this story, I want to read it. We are live at Dgtv Kenya, and I would drop your comment. Sahizi. Yeah, so that we
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So I think we'll move on swiftly to the next story. Another kind of sad story for that matter. A medical student has been arrested in Kayole, Nairobi, after he conned his parents in a fake kidnapping incident. I know that most of you have heard the story. So this guy, just to give you the story if you've not heard of the story, he actually faked a kidnap, you guys. He faked a kidnap and he told his parents that, look, nimekuwa kidnapped and I need 70,000. He told his parents that, he has been kidnapped and that, the kidnappers want 70,000. So, just any other, like any other parent would do, the parents, did their best to ensure that they saved their son out of danger in quotes.
In quotes.
So the parents actually sent the money, but at some point the parents went and reported the matter to the police, okay? But chini ya maji, okay? Now what happened is that this dude, after he got the cash, do you know what he did? He went to Thika town. And he went to a club and he got himself drunk. And then to make the matters worse is that his drink was drugged. So he blacked out, and all the money that was sent to him by the parents got stolen. So, and then, the police actually now, because the parents had already reported the matter to the police. Now, they, after realizing that this was all a made-up story, they went ahead and arrested the guy. So right now, as we speak, the guy has been already arrested.
Oh, I thank God.
Yeah, and the guy is actually called Edwin Kamau. Yeah, he's called Edwin Kamau. So, and people took their opinion on social media as usual. The netizens were saying that this is really, really ridiculous. Because there's a time also there was a meme trending about the same. I think at least you've seen that meme of a dog on the back of a vehicle and saying kidnappers, a dog talking to the kidnappers and saying that munanipeleka wapi, I hope munanipeleka in another country, something of the sort.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so people actually, someone took this seriously and decided to blackmail their parents, and it's a very, very sad story. Very,
Yes.
very sad. I don't know why they did that, because they are saying that it's a medical student. So sijui kama is being broke in campus that pushed him to that extent, but it's very, very sad.
I think everyone is always broke in campus. Like, you're just given pocket money, and you should know how to plan yourself so that you can get, you budget yourself so that even after 3 months, you still have your budget, in line. But me, I feel like now this is calmer. You see, this guy alienda akaiba pesa za mzazi wake, and then ndio huyo kwa club amekewa mchele, and then the money is gone. So whatever comes around, honey, will always whatever goes around comes also around. So this is karma, and this is a warning to every single person who's thinking of. By the way, nikwambie, this is just one incident. Unajua watu tukiwa pale kampo kuna watu walikuwa wanadanganya their parents eti tuko na funky sijui ni atuke hata you're not better, and kama ulifanya hiyo kitu, you have to sit down with yourself right now and even apologize to your parents, because tulidanganyana. By the way, tusidanganyane ati kuna funky junior 800 ni 200. That is also conning your mom, and you are not better. And then kuna watu wengine pia, they told their parents kunajua tumetisha pesa ya ku-open YouTube channel. Honestly, do you open like aki wazazi, a parent will do anything?
Let me tell you, and also it's very, very unfortunate that the students take advantage of the illiterate parents. The illiterate parents, because an illiterate parent will not really understand, the dynamics of campus and all that. So they'll be lied to about, my to open the
YouTube channel.
portal, even the school portal. I need 10K. I need 10K to do this. I need 10K for this. And an illiterate parent will not really be able to know whether you're telling the truth or not. And ukifanya hivyo, personally, if you do that, you're conning someone who's really struggling. Especially for someone who is really struggling to pay your school fees. You know that your parent is not well, he's not good in a financial manner, and then you go ahead and blackmail them.
It is not right.
It's not good.
And then kuko na watu wengine pia kwa campus walimaliza shule, but they say kuko na one extra term, bado sijamaliza, niko na one extra term, so they're given that money. So a lot of things are happening.
A lot of parents are blackmailed.
Yes.
This is just one case.
This is just one case, my friend. A lot of things are happening out there. Najua a lot of us, by the way, took a victim of this. Hadi kunini kudanganyana na 50 bob, you're still conning our parents. And the Bible say, honor your mother and your father so that you may live long in this life. So once we do these things, and honoring, by the way, especially kama, it is doing those, small things that, shows that, by the way, you respect your parents. Because kujikidnap, by the way, because this person kidnapped himself, right? He kidnapped himself, and you to 90,000, unaona Kenya, what happened? You'll not go far. And the worst thing, by the way, hata wewe les kwenye utakuwa mzazi, trust you me, hata wewe, your children are going to do the same to you. So you do what you never do something that you wouldn't want your kids to do to you. Yes. And
something that you may find it funny when you're saying that you should apologize to our parents. So I can imagine you sitting with your parent 5 years later, and then you're like, do you know what? While I was in campus, I blackmailed you 10,000 shillings.
And you just don't say it. You go now with double if you want to please them, by them, because
give them 20.
Give them 20. They'll be so happy by them. No, wait. And you're going to have an easy time. I know it's not easy, but if you want to to break the yoke, because it is going to happen to you, by the way. But if you want to block that curse or whatever they call it, is it stronghold? You have now at least to sit down with them and tell them, you know what, mami, aki kuna time nilikukoa, nilienda extra time. Na nikaiba 30,000. Sana kuletea 60.
I don't
she
know
is even going to bless you, and that curse itakuondokea. Your kids are not going to do the same to you.
Well, good luck with that. I know that most of you won't.
I know
it's a difficult, you'll probably think, let me just let it slide. There's no really need of. But honestly, if you're a student and you're watching us and you're thinking of blackmailing your parents, please think twice. I mean, look for other ways of earning money. Do you know that even when you're out of campus, people still blackmail their parents? And you're out here and you're like, I need to go to this interview. You're just out of campus, so you tell your parent that I need to go to this interview. I need 5K. So every 2 weeks you have an interview to go to, and it's a lie. I think Kenyan parents, we have to open our eyes. We have to, and we have to apologize to these mamas and aki kwanza vile wana struggle ingi. Aki our parents, they always make sure we have everything we need. So take advantage of that. Oh, woe unto us. How I pray that we open our eyes.
Yes. And Kawera, I feel like that is how we're going to end our session today because time has really gone.
Yeah, and I think before we do that, probably we usually have a topic of discussion. So we'll just talk about it briefly. And I think Alice Wewendo, you can probably be nahodha wetu in that area.
Okay, it's not that broad, but I'm just going to mention, the details. So the topic of the day states, how would you answer when your crush asks you, why are you still single? For example, your crush comes, amekupenda, and then I go like, oh, you're so beautiful. And then he is. So you guys are having a conversation. The first date, maybe how you guys get to talk. Alafu akulize, so are you single? And you're like, yeah, I'm single. So he'd be like, okay, so why are you single? Why are you single and the way you're beautiful? How are you going to answer that? Yes? Kawera, that is our...
Okay, so you're asking if my crush asks me if I am single. I didn't get that well.
Yes, if your crush... Okay, sasa Kawera nitakufanyaje? How am I going to make you understand this? So, crush wako amekupenda and definitely you're beautiful. Yeah?
So am I also crushing on them or it's one way?
You're also crushing on them.
So we are crushing on each other.
Yes. So, he's like, you're not supposed to be... So, nikumanisha, nobody wants you. That's why you're still single. I can't put myself in this trouble. No. Why are you still single? Tell us.
So you're asking if my crush asks me if I am single.
How are you going to answer that? Ni kwa sababu niliachwa.
So see, if you're crushing on each other, then you should just say, I'm still waiting for the right person. Maybe I'm still waiting. Personally, my own opinion would be, maybe I'm not in a... sorry, pardon me. So probably I will say that I'm not yet ready to get into a relationship, or I'm not yet ready to, give someone commitment. But if it's someone I'm crushing on, then I'll have to tailor my words and probably say that, I really like you, I like your personality. Yes, I'm not dating right now, but I'm looking forward to knowing you more and seeing how we can take this to another level.
But I feel like that is so lame, telling people that, I'm just waiting for somebody. People will be like, okay, so you're waiting for somebody. That person, hujapata mtu hata saa hizi. Unajua, in a sound like nobody wants you.
No. Actually,
like nobody wants you.
Personally, I don't believe in that saying of I'm waiting for somebody. Literally, I'm so busy with my life. I don't think I'm seated somewhere waiting for someone. I mean, that doesn't work.
So he will ask you, now, have you ever had a boyfriend and you're going to say yes? So alikuacha ama ni nini? Like when you say you're single, mtu anaona ai, kwa nini una mtu mbona?
But I think if we talk about two people who are crushing on each other and they end up asking you why you're single, I think as I've put it personally, I'd say that, I'm still not in a space where I am comfortable to date. And also I've not met the person that I feel comfortable with. It's not like I'm seated here waiting to find that someone. I'm busy with my life. But if I come across someone that we click, someone that we complement each other in terms of our personalities, then I would actually give it a chance. So probably that's how I'd do it. And also because I am crushing on this dude, I'd say, I like you, I like your personality, and I'm just hoping that we can be friends and also see how this goes. We can probably see how we can advance from one level to another. Just mentioning that I like your personality, or I like hanging out with you, I like your company. Let's see how this goes. But for ladies, it's also very difficult to say that.
Yeah,
kwa sababu, for a lady, you want the guy to actually tell you those.
We are not wired for that, by the way. We are not wired to tell guys that we love them. They first have to tell us they love us, and then now we back them up. And we don't simp. These days we don't simp. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So anyway, I love your point. You should tell them the truth, by the way. I'm waiting for somebody. But kuna wengine tu wameachwa, by the way. Umekaa single for a very long time. You're just waiting, for somebody. Immediately somebody may come, you're there giving them opportunity.
No, I think that's very wrong, and that's very dangerous. I think people should be busy with their life. You should not be seated somewhere waiting for a relationship to happen. You should be busy, loving yourself. And let me tell you something as we wind up the show. There's nothing as important and there's nothing as beautiful as dating yourself.
Wow.
When you date yourself, you love yourself, you take yourself out, you have time alone. That period when you're actually not dating is a very important period in life, because you get to understand yourself more. You fulfill yourself. Let me tell you, another big mistake that people make is when you get into a relationship to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
You get there empty because you want someone to fill you. Get into the relationship when you're full.
When you're full,
Someone is just coming to compliment you. They are not coming in as your half. You know, without them you cannot survive. You know, so you should focus on, you know, building yourself, build your career as a woman. Please build your career. Look for money. You guys, look for money. Put your life together before you want to put your life together with somebody else.
So what, Kawera, you are trying to say, we can never be half. We are always complete. It's just an overflow of who we are and
exactly.
how we give to our partners.
That's very important. And you know, even the young people, that's the mistake that we make. That's why relationships become draining and strenuous, because you get there because you're empty, you're lonely.
And you're expecting so much from this
Exactly,
person.
you're lonely, so you're looking for someone who can, you know, fill your empty cup. Just fill your empty cup first, yourself.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, being single does not mean that you're lonely.
It doesn't mean. And by the way, Kawera, this question you and we were asking how you'd answer your crush when they ask you if you're single. Maybe like kwanza ukiwa pale past 30 years and someone asks you that question, it's quite difficult, by the way. Uko 30, uko 35, why are you still single? So it's going to be a little bit like, okay, nobody wanted me since I was okay.
No. I also don't believe in
somehow kukona ka something. Kawera, you are still not there. Kukona somebody who's 30, 35 and they have been dating somebody and they're asked twice. They don't know what to say. Yeah, so this thing is happening, and I hope you guys who are watching us right now, you can tell us, how would you answer your crush when they ask you, why are you still single? Yes.
Thank you so much, you guys, for watching us. I think I'll just read 2 comments before we wind up the show. Alizama, what do you think?
Yeah.
So Timothy Abidal saying in the show kama kawaida, thank you so much. Chill Avenue ameweka tu pale some emojis.
Okay.
Mark register. David Blumenkrantz is also in the show saying that you know, can't wait to see the presenter on BBC. Both of us, you know, working in the international world. Thank you so much for that comment. You guys, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been the update. My good name.
Your good name is?
Nimekuanzisha, you know, Alice is so good at saying my good name. So let me say my good name and then you finish. My good name is?
My good name, beautiful, amazing, wonderfully created by God, is Alice Wanjera Mwangi. You can check me out on socials at Alice Wanjera. Let us keep on conversing about this amazing topic. Till next time.
Yeah, okay. Until we meet next Saturday, actually, I hope that you get, you know, you enjoy your weekend. Tafuta jiko, tafuta blanketi, tafuta duvet. Pia unaweza tafuta mtu for other purposes. Goodbye.